Good afternoon, 33.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Thank you, Ira, for responding. How about the others? Are you here? Can you give me a thumbs up reaction if you are with us? Thank you for confirming. Hannah, Louise, John, Nadine. Okay, so let's start our discussion right away. So our discussion for CCB for today is thought organization. So what's this all about? So our objectives are first, acquire different thought organization techniques, converse in an organized manner, and confidently use different thought organization techniques in a speaking activity. So let's say, what if someone asked you, what's your favorite movie? How would you respond to this? So let's say, let's hear it from Eloisa. Okay, if someone asks you, what's your favorite movie? How would you respond to it? Eloisa?
Hello, sir. Ano po?
Okay, so yes. What's your
Sorry
favorite
po, sir,
movie?
kasi kakapasok ko lang po. Ano po yung ano?
Sagutin mo lang yung tanong na nasa screen right now.
Ano po? Girl interrupted.
What? Girl
Girl
in
interrupted.
in
Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted. And why is it your favorite movie?
Favorite, ano ko po kasi, favorite actress ko po si Winona Ryder noon. Tapos yun po yung una ko
English.
naalala.
Eliza, yeah,
My
you need to answer
favorite
it in English.
actress, Hollywood actress is Winona Ryder, and that's why it's my favorite movie. And also, I like the plot of the movie
Okay.
because it tackles a lot of things, and it highlights mental health. So I like the
Okay, it tackles mental health issue and as a closing remarks to your statement. And that's the reason why uh, Girl Interrupted is my favorite movie. So, ganun. So we give it a closing statement. Okay, and that's the reason why Girl Interrupted is my favorite movie. Okay, so very good. You provided the reason why that is your favorite movie, and you provided the details on the reason why that is your favorite movie. So very good. You answered it very well. So yes, that's how you answer. What's your favorite movie? Of course, you won't answer it just like that. Batman Returns. So, do you believe that you can say something about anything? Yes, it's true that you can say anything. Can say something about write about anything at all. Okay, you can say something about it. But how? Okay, so how would you say something about it? I will use the mind mapping technique. So just like here, an example. What's your favorite movie of all time? Now you can answer that by simply stating the particular movie, but it will it's better if you provide a context behind that. Okay, so you provide the name of the movie. Okay, just like what Eliza did, Girl Interrupted. Then she provided one of the reasons why that's her favorite movie. First reason is Winona Ryder is her favorite actress, and the second reason is that She likes the plot, and the plot, she provided details about why she likes the plot, which is it tackles a mental health issue. And in the end, you provide a summary or conclusion on why that is your favorite movie of all time. Okay, so for example, if someone asks me, let's say, my favorite movie of all time is Avengers Endgame. Okay, and you provide a reason because I think it's all of my favorite superheroes are there, and the details you can elaborate who are those heroes that's in Avengers Endgame. So my favorite movies such as, so you provided the reason. Most of my favorite heroes are there, such as Ant-Man, um, Captain America, Iron Man, Hawk, etc. So that is the details that you provided. Okay, and the conclusion, probably you can say a closing statement such as, I think it will take a lot of time to have that kind of movie where majority of the superheroes I like is present. So, pwede mo yung maging conclusion or summary statement. Okay? So, yun lang lagi yung pattern. So, you answer the question, you provide one reason, then you provide details on the reason, or you provide additional context on the reason why you like that particular movie, and just provide a conclusion statement. Okay? It can be a generic statement where you can say, and that's the reason why Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie. So yeah, pwedeng generic statement na ganon. Or you can come up with a unique statement, unique conclusion, unique summary where you will say that it will take, uh, it might take a long time to have another movie like that again. So there. So those are the pattern where you can be able to answer such question using the mind mapping pattern. Okay. So let's try that again using the mind mapping technique. And with the example provided by Eloisa and the example I provided, any volunteer who wants to answer this question and to provide reason and details or context to your reason and provide a conclusion. It can be a generic conclusion where you will say, and that's the reason why Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie of all. Or you can create a unique conclusion summary. Okay, no one's volunteering, so I think I'll call someone then. So let's hear it from, drum roll please, from Nadine. Or Nadine Tahaw, are you with us?
Sir, rinig po ba?
Hmm.
Akong boses.
Mag-take ka ba ng calls? At wala kang boses, Nadine?
Nagkasakit po ako, sir.
Sige. Sige, I'll spare you for the moment. How about, let's hear it from Nick. Do you mind answering this question using our mind mapping pattern?
Sir, ako po ba, sir? Tama po.
Nick, ikaw nga.
So, my favorite movie of all time is... Wait lang, sir. Isip lang ako. So, my favorite movie of all time is called The Green Book um for a reason. First is the setting of a story. The timeline of the story is just... The story revolves around a friendship of a white man and a black man. And the next reason is the story focuses on showing how bad racism at that time. And lastly, um, the story showed that uh, discrimination is not wait lang, sir. The story showed that even though two people differs when it comes to race, they can still build a positive connection, and that just shows the proof that race is not a barrier when it comes to relationships and building meaningful connections with other people. So overall, that's what I loved about the story because it focuses on racism. It showed how bad racism was. Building meaningful connections without, regardless of the race, and the timeline of the story, which is very good.
Okay, so very good conclusion. You provided your favorite movie, which is the Green Book, and you provided the reason. What is your particular reason again? Just to give word to your reason, Nick. You like the story. Okay, so yes, one of the reason why you like that movie is you
Yes.
like the story, and you provided the details about the story, and you provided a good conclusion to your statements. Okay, so there, you did it all. And also class, this pattern here, this map here, ano lang, isang path lang yung dadaanan nyo dyan. Okay, so wag na kayo magbigay ng tatlong reason, then tatlong details, isang reason lang, then isang details with the and the conclusion. So that's how you do it. Okay, so isang path lang yung dadaanan natin sa mapa. So you provide the reason, the details, and a very good conclusion. So yes, Andre, you want to try?
Ah, ayan. My favorite movie of all time is Avengers Infinity War uh, because it has a unique plot wherein many would argue Thanos is the main character or protagonist despite having a bad, or should I say not typical characteristic, which is he was he wants to wipe out half of the universe. And uh, it has also a great plot for establishing the main villain or the character, which is Thanos, and that's why uh, Avengers Infinity War is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay, so very good, unique plot, and you provided the reason why. You provided the details why it has a very unique plot, the Infinity War, and you provided a conclusion to it. Okay, so you are getting it. Very good. So let's say, what do you do then if the listener or is not satisfied with the details you provided? So what certain details should we add to our statement so that, you know, the person that we are talking to is satisfied with our answer? Okay, so what do we do then? So let's say, what do we do if the listener is not satisfied with our answer or the details that we provided? So we'll do this. Okay, so we need to elaborate, but how? Are we going to elaborate it using the mind mapping technique, or what pattern should we use? Very simple. It's escape. So if the person that you are talking to is still not satisfied with your answer, then escape the conversation. Okay. Stay away. Okay. Walk away from that person and don't talk to that person ever again. Just escape. But of course, I'm just joking. So escape stands for you provide example and you provide story, you provide You compare contrast. You associate. You explain the process. And lastly, explain the jargon. Okay, so starts with the letter E, example. Okay, so here we can provide another layer of context to the details, why that's the reason why we like that particular movie, by providing example. Okay. Okay, example here is Mr. Smith, for us to enroll you to our payment services, we would need a valid, okay, identification document from you. An example of a valid document is your driver's license or postal ID. So you provided an example, which is the driver license or the postal ID. Another example is your unit can store pictures of different formats. Okay, so example of formats are JPEG, okay, GIF or GIF, and PNG. Okay, so you provide example, just like in our classic example, the Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie of all time because it includes all my favorite superheroes. Okay, so that's the reason. And sa details, yung context na ginamit mo dun sa escape natin is example. Okay? Such as, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Spider-Man. So yun, you provide the example. So that's another layer. So remember class, the escape that we are talking here is just to add another layer of context to the reason that we are providing. Okay. So this is inside the details before we provide the conclusion. So isa lang dito sa escape method ang pwede nating gamitin, at least one. So you can use at least kahit ilan sa escape method as long as it will provide additional context to the details and the reason why that is our in answering the question. Next is the story. So sa escape, the S stands for story. You're telling something that happened and picking out important details of the event. So here, an example of providing a story is starting your statement with a phrase, I remember when we first heard of camera phones, we were never thought it was possible. So always start with I remember. Okay. So possible if you want to share a story. Okay. Or such as when I was in elementary. Okay. So that's how you provide another context, the reason why that's your favorite, in answering the questions. And another context to another thing so that we can broaden the spectrum of our conversation is to provide contrast. Okay, compare and contrast. This is a powerful tool because it always attracts engagement. Di ba, class? So if there is a contrast in your statement, there is a tendency, okay, to have a higher engagement. Say one side will prefer this while other side will prefer that, and your statement will become, will gain attention. So ways of looking at objects and thinking about their similarities and differences. Okay, so if in answering the question, our classic question, what's your favorite movie? You can say that your reason is all of your favorite superheroes are there, or you can say that that's the best superhero movie ever made. And in the details, you choose the compare and contrast out of the escape in explaining or providing details for your reason. And compare and contrast, ano ba yung competitor ng MCU? Ba yung anyone? What's the competitor of MCU or Marvel? Where we
DC.
can, yes, DC. And yung Justice League. Okay, so you can compare and contrast there. So you can say that Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie of all time because it includes it's the best superhero movie ever made. So yun yung reason mo. Then yung details mo, you use the compare and contrast. So you compare it to the Justice League. So you say that compared to Justice League, where yeah, the plot and the connection, the engagement, and the story, is more gripping. So you can say those details. And the superhero and MCU is more varied and probably have are more rounded characters than the DC. And the build up is better. MCU can build their character better than what the Justice League did in their superheroes. So you can say that, but you use the compare and contrast. So if, of course, if you say that to DC fans, he will probably say otherwise. So the engagement will increase. So for example, here, streaming versus downloading. So when watching movies, what do you prefer? Streaming or downloading the movie first, then just watching it? Okay, anyone who will answer this very simple question and compare streaming, watching it through a streaming platform, or just simply downloading it to your PC, then just play it in your media player, in your smart TV. Okay. So who wants to answer this? Streaming, what do you prefer? What's your preference in watching movie? Download or streaming? Okay, let's hear it from Rhea.
Good afternoon, sir. For me po, streaming.
Okay. And why is that?
As
Compare why you like streaming versus downloading.
compared from downloading po, I don't usually, I used to, I'm in waiting. So, streaming is my go-to po. So, I don't have to wait for the movie to download it.
Okay. So very good answer. So you like streaming over downloading because you don't want to wait for the movie to download. You want to watch it right there and then. Okay. Good. Now, Jan, Aaron says otherwise. Mas okay daw yung download. So why do you think, Aaron?
For me, sir, I like watching movies when it's downloaded because I could always get back and rewind if there are scenes that I would want to go back to, and it doesn't really buffer that much when compared to streaming.
Okay. So yeah, there are instances where when you stream a movie and you want to rewind a scene, there's a tendency that you will have a buffer, but that won't happen in downloading. Okay, so again, mayroon tayong team streaming from sa katauhan ni Christina. Why do you think streaming
Ano,
is yeah,
hello sir.
hello.
Streaming po kasi I do not I do not need to wait for the entire file to download. before I can start watching po. And mas convenient po siya.
Okay, so yun. So, yun nga. You don't have to wait. And lastly, I think, oh yeah, Ira.
Streaming po, kasi I think there's a lot of online streaming platforms now that you can easily access. And sometimes you just wanted to watch movies or dramas right away, and you cannot wait for a long time or 1 hour to download it. So I prefer streaming. Yun.
Okay. So there, that's your answer. And in downloading class, some prefer it though. It's not, very much promoted. Kasi, di ba? Most likely if you download it, it's most of the time piracy. Okay, so downloading the actual files. And though there are benefits to that because you can the downloaded files, you can have it as much as you want. It's not suddenly being erased in the streaming platform that you want. So nakaraan lang may gusto akong panoorin sa Netflix. Yung ano yun? Oh, I forgot the Out in the Wild. Ano? Yung never mind. So yun, basta yung movie na yun, hindi ko na mahanap sa Netflix. So there. And last, another compare and contrast is the night shift versus day shift. So what do you prefer? Let's hear it from Hannah. So what do you prefer? Night shift? or
I
day
prefer night shift because I'm more active in night than in the morning. I'm actually not a morning person.
shift? So you like graveyard shift. Okay. And how about let's hear it from Carl? What do you like?
Sir, audible po.
Yes.
Comparing night shift versus day shift, I would say I like day shift more. I want to have a work without changing my body clock, and we all know that during the night, we gain some rest, and parang it's time for us to take some rest, and day shift will allow us to work more or to have comfortability with our works. That's why po.
Yes, so you can end your answer. And that's the reason why I like night shift than day shift. Okay. So from now on, we'll use ending statement, okay, a summary to our answer. Yan, naalala ko na yung gusto kong panoorin. Into the Wild. Napanood niyo na ba yung class? Into the Wild. Hindi niyo pa napapanood? Mag-thumbs up kayo kung napanood niyo na yung movie na Into the Wild. Ayan. Wala pa. Panoorin niyo yun. Maganda yung game na yun. Tinakasan niya yung society. Tumira siya sa Alaska. Siya lang mag-isa. And pagka-graduate ka ng college, pumunta siya naglakbay na siya. Iniwan niya lahat ng mga possession niya, lahat ng everything, iniwan niya pagka-graduate ka ng college. Then, naglakbay siya. Parang naging homeless siya. Tapos pumunta siya ng Alaska. And it's a true-to-life story. I'm sure you will like that. Into the Wild, yung title. Okay? So next, in the escape method, we have associate. Okay, you can also use the association technique if you want to provide another layer of context to the details on how you answer questions. Okay, so whenever I smell roses, I remember my grandmother. So the rose was her favorite flower. So you can use the associate. So for example, whenever I smell uh, floor wax, I remember my elementary days where we always keep the floor shiny and use bunot to keep it shiny. So you can always use our association. Okay. Whenever um I see, let's say, one of your friends. So let's say whenever I see Luis, I remember my two friends in high school because Luis looks like the combination of my two friends. So something like that. So I always associate my my two closest friends to Luis whenever I see him. So something like that. You association of, so you can use the associate technique. Next, after associate, you can giving instruction versus explaining the process. So process, okay. Give instruction, telling a person what you want to do, and explaining a person, telling a person what you want them to do, also explaining how it works so that they understand. So, for example, class, uh, let's say here, give instruction on how to apply for a job as a call center agent. So let's simplify this. Give me an instruction on how to go to PUP from your house, okay? Or kung saan ka nag-stay. So provide a simple instruction on how to go to PUP main campus from your house. Any volunteer? Let's hear it from Mix. How to go to PUP from your house. Give instruction.
Paulit po, sir.
How to go to PUP from your house.
Um, from our house, we need to walk 2 to 3 minutes to go to ride a jeepney, stop and shop, and
With a signboard or going to stop
with
and
a
shop.
signboard, stop and shop,
Yep.
and you'll say to the driver that you will go down in Teresa,
There is.
and you will walk from there to the gate of the main campus.
Ooh. So your house is very near in PUP. It's one right away. Okay. Next is Nick. How to go to PUP from your house. Nick Pardilia.
Sir, narinig po ba?
Yes.
So, usually it takes about 10 to 15 minutes of travel from our house to school. So, the first the first mode of transportation that I take is a tricycle. So the route is Mindanao Galas. It's a um purple colored tricycle. Then from there I go off at the Silk Residences in Ramon Magsaysay Boulevard. Then I uh cross the highway and then walk towards the Jollibee Stop and Shop. From there I can walk um towards the school, or I can take another jeepney, whatever jeepney came across, it's either Bonnie, Punta, or Bacood. Then I go off at Teresa. Then I can walk towards the school.
Okay, and you provide a closing statement, and that's how, I can go from our house, and that's the commute I take so that I'll be able to go to PUP from our house. So ganun, okay? So we provide a conclusion to our state. Pero lakarin mo na lang, Nick, ang lapit lang nun. Sasakay ka pa ng tricycle, ay ng jeep. Lakarin mo na lang pagbaba mo ng Jollibee. Okay? Sayang yung 13 mo. 13 na ngayon yung minimum, di ba, class? Tama ba? 13, 12. And here, class, the difference between giving instruction and explaining a process. When you provide instruction, you just, simply provide instruction. So you add uh, a pepper or garlic or without, you just provide the instruction. But when you explain the process, you explain why you will need to add those ingredients. Diba? So let's say, nagluluto ka ng adobo. So first, you need to put garlic and onions. May onions ba yung adobo? And you put bay leaf. Okay. So you just provide those the sequence of putting ingredients. But if you want to give the not just the instruction but also the process, you will explain why. Okay, so we need to put our garlic first when we cook adobo, so that because garlic will take more time to cook than onions, and we also need to add bay leaves and pepper, ground or whole pepper, because that's for aromatic purposes, and it will reduce the smell or the stink of our pork. So you explain that those ingredients will make the smell of your adobo more pleasant. So that's explaining the process. You put another context, the reason why, so that they'll understand. Parang nagtuturo ka, di ba, ng kung paano gamitin yung machine. Sabi mo lang, pindutin mo to, kapag kataas na, pindutin mo to. O, di ba? So that's giving instruction. But if you want to explain the process, after you press this, it will first drain the water. Once the water is drained, that will be the time that you can put all the clothes. Now, after putting all the clothes, you press this. And once you see the clothes spinning, you can just set the time for 5 minutes. So also take note if it depends on the clothes. If it's just t-shirt, make sure that it's just less than 5 minutes. But if it's maong pants, set it higher than 10 minutes because it will take more time for it to properly wash. So there, that's explaining the process, not just simply giving instruction. And you also explain the process so that the person that you're talking to understand. Okay, so maybe I'm not. We don't have to answer. Explain the process on how to apply for a credit card. So next, after providing the process, so clear na class sa inyo yung instruction, giving instruction versus explaining a process. Okay. Dalawa lang, how about the others? So we're now on E, the last in our escape method. So here, explain the jargon. Okay, so just like what we are always talking, the jargon. Okay. So terminology, words, and phrases used by particular groups of people in relation to their profession. So example of the comic strip here. So sabi ng probably operational manager, "Hey, Mr. Vice President, I thought you should know that EHT is down, schedule adherence is up, and we are meeting every SLA." Sabi ni Vice President, "Sounds good to me. As a call center manager, you should know also that your group's PE ratio improved. Market share expanded and ROC is at a record high." Then, pag-alis nila, hindi na naman nila alam kung anong pinag-usapan nila. I don't know what he's talking about, but at least it sounded like it was a good news. Diba? So always, make sure, kapag sure ka na yung tao na kausap mo knows the jargon, then you don't have to explain it. Okay, but of course, you also need to be careful na just simply providing SLA to the person that you are talking to, SLA, jargon, to the person that you are talking to, then, you know, um, be careful in using jargon. Okay? It's better to, sabihin mo na lang lahat. Okay, that the average handling time is down, schedule adherence is up, and we are meeting every SLA. Yung SLA is service level agreement. Okay, for example, si Concentrix, meron silang SLA with Amazon na 10 calls per hour. Yon. So, binabayaran ni Amazon si Concentrix na mag-accommodate ng 10 calls per hour. So, yun yung service level agreement nila. And then, si Amazon, make sure na 10 calls per hour yung nagagawa nila. Kapag bumaba yan sa 8 calls per hour lang, ibig sabihin, hindi nagagawa ni Concentrix yung trabaho nila. Okay? Lugi si Amazon na 8 calls per hour lang kayang gawin ni Concentrix. So yun. So that's service level agreement. Okay? So always explain the jargon. So when using jargon, make sure you immediately provide its meaning to avoid confusion. Okay? Just to be sure, you provide immediately the meaning of the jargon. Or if you don't know the meaning talaga ng jargon, then you can just simply ask, especially during the discussion. Okay, so tip on how to properly answer these questions is use transition statements such as first, second, third. So Nick used this a while ago. So he said that first you need to, then second, and then afterwards. So finally, you are there, and finally you will arrive in PUP. So in addition to that, moreover, to add, okay, for example, for instance, namely, okay, so those are my use the transition statements. Then stick to the topic here. That's why it's always important to add conclusion to our statement or to our answers to that question. And do not end it with that's it. Okay, so after riding the jeepney, go down to Jollibee Foresa, Jollibee Stop and Shop, and you walk for 2 to 3 minutes and you'll arrive in PUP. That's it. Okay, so do not use that's it to end your statement. Use a decent conclusion or a summary. Okay, now let's try this one. Let's hear it from Casey. Choose a number.
Yes, sir. Rinig po ako.
Yes.
Sorry.
May sakit ka, Casey?
Inuubo po, sir.
A number.
Number 2 po.
Okay, so answer it. You provide reason, details, and give us a decent conclusion why that's the reason that that particular item is something that you can't live without. Okay?
For me, sir, ano po, yung AirPods ko po. Kasi,
Ops.
sorry, sir.
Okay, go. You try that again.
Sir, pwede po sa chat box ko po i-type.
Voice account tayo, hindi tayo chat account. So you answer it on phone.
Sir.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
So,
just answer it. No pressure. Just answer it. Parang nakikipag-usap ka lang.
ano po, some people po might prefer traditional weird AirPods or other brands na but for me po, it's very essential po because for me, it is needs.
Okay. And so what part of the escape method you use to provide context on why is the reason your AirPods is the most essential item inside your bag. Okay. So you can create example. You can compare and contrast while compared to other items in your bag, why you choose that. Or you can provide association, just like what we
AirPods
discussed.
po are, for me po, AirPods is designed to heal or provide therapeutic benefits po for me. To heal me po. For
Okay.
mental health like that.
And you provide a decent conclusion. And that's the reason why I can't live without. That's the most important thing inside my
Yes
bag.
po.
So
Yes.
yeah, come on, answer it with the whole thing.
For me po, AirPods are designed to heal me or provide therapeutic benefits. And that's why I need it po. And I can say that's the one thing inside my bag that I can't live without.
Okay, so there. So that's the reason it has a therapeutic effect to you. That's why you always make sure you have your AirPods inside your backpack. Okay. So call the next one, Casey.
Luis po.
Okay, Luis. Answer this, Luis.
Sir, tinig po.
Yeah. Who's your favorite classmate so far?
Oh my God. Sir, di ba pwedeng pa-sir? Ba't yan?
Wala, hindi pwede. Eh, yung nakatanda na sa'yo.
Sige. My favorite co-trainee or co-classmate is Iram Mariporal po. Because um because she is kind,
Also, she is like a girl version of me. Just for example, whenever we have a a activity, she always do it all she always do it, and um she always do it on a period that the teacher gives that task to us. Then also because although she has a business, or her family has a business of sari-sari store, she complied with her academic requirements. So that's the reason why I like her, or I so that's the reason why she is my favorite co.
Classmate. So far. Okay. Yan. Na-spill the beans ka pa tuloy nang wala sa oras. Ang daming layer ng pagkaka-spill the beans. Isang balde ng pork and beans yung natapon. Okay, so very good for providing examples. You use the example in our escape method. Probably you can also use the story, right? So I remember when we are probably example. I remember when story that you have with her. So I remember when we were in school, and etc. etc. So you can use any of those escape methods, but you choose the example. Okay, so that will do. Okay, call the next one, Luis.
Si ano po, ah, si Miss Shaira po.
Shaira. Okay. Here's the question for you. Remember, class, these questions are completely random. Ano yung,
Bakit ako akala ko ba si Ira yung favorite mo? Joke lang.
okay, so here it is. Wala. Yeah. Tell us about your favorite TV show. Pinagbantaan daw siya. Kaya ikaw yung tinawag. Okay, go. Tell us about your favorite TV
Tell
show.
us about your favorite TV show. My favorite TV show for now is EAT, or we all know that or what we call it bulaga in chat. Now for now in EAT, or si Luis.
So isipin nyo, class, ano to, job interview, di ba? So pag tinanong ko, okay, let's choose a random question for you. So at least you have already a template on how to answer those questions. Diba? You are one step ahead of your interviewees, mga kabatch doon. Pag tinanong sila, they will not think of the escape method. So kayo, alam nyo na. So you just how you answer. Okay. So your favorite TV show is EAP?
EAP. Where
Why?
when I watch that TV show, I feel so happy, and I'm enjoying watching it because give me pride where my knowledge has gained into that game show. And and Mayor Jose was so funny, and that Dabarkad's host that give so much um that give so much um so much fun in all the Dabarkads and give um, prizes and other games, especially to TBJ, Tito, Vic, and Joey. That's it. Oh, hey, not that's it. Also, that's it. And finally,
Okay.
uh, uh, when uh, when I'm turn, help me, sir. Charing.
Okay, so
So
finally,
finally,
uh,
after I watched EAT, um, after I watched EAT, uh, on after I watched EAT, I focus on our class. That's that this sure
relax.
ano
It's
po.
just us. So your closing statement, and that's the reason why AAP
Sir?
really makes me happy. Yeah, pwede naman yung conclusion mo. Okay?
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, ano po, sir?
And yun nga, yung conclusion mo, yung summary, so you can say that, and that's the reason why AAP makes me happy. Okay? Yeah.
That's the reason why EAT and other TV hosts makes me happy every time I watch EAT and 12 noon
Okay. And other variety shows.
and other parts.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So that's the so you answer it. Your answer is AAT, and the reason why is because it makes you happy, and you provide the details on why it makes you happy. It's because of the host of the particular TV show. They are very fun whenever you see them, and makes you happy suddenly. And so probably you can use the association. You know, whenever I see them, I associate or I remember the simpler time. Okay, when I was a kid, when doesn't have any responsibilities. So that's why whenever I see this it it host, it seems that I'm transported back during that time where there's not much responsibilities as I have right now. Okay, probably like that. It's just an example. And that's the reason why EAP is my favorite TV show, variety noontime TV show. Okay. Okay, it's your revenge time, Shaira. Who do you want to go next?
yes po. I choose Ira May Dizon.
May?
Ira.
Hello po.
Hello. So your question is here.
What was your dream job? Okay. First, I would like to apologize for the background noise and cursing because I am. Okay po. Uy, nagkaklase ako. Kulit nito. Okay. Um, when I was when I was a kid. Yeah. When I was a kid, I do remember my dream job was being wanted to be historian because I really love history. And when I was a child, I often watch history see history shows, documentaries about histories, and I love the what do you call that that TV show? It was hosted by Lord De Vera. History, yan. And the second reason is my father is was a fan of history. So when we watch lots of histories about Egypt and how pyramid was made, I was really fascinated with with how it was made, how the people suffering. I was not really fascinated by that. Ayun. I was fascinated by how they made their infrastructure very very close to science and math. Gano to? 5 po. And sorry. And is the third reason is I I I used to go to Luneta, Intramuros, like that, and a lot of museums when I was a child. And compared to others, they wanted to be a teacher, a doctor in my neighborhood, but I wanted to be in history. However, I knew that in history you can't you know you can't have lots of money, and most of the time you are the one who will spend lots of money. So uh, I I changed into teaching. And that was my dream job when I was a kid. Thank you.
Okay, so very good. So you provided each reason. Remember, class, that you don't have to only give one reason. As long as you can answer it, provide reason, use escape to provide details, provide another reason to provide escape again. So ang ginawa ni Ira, reason niya is yung first details niya is yung story. So I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of History Channel, then provide another reason, and yung story again, yung sa father niya. So provided two reasons, then a very good conclusion at the end. Okay, so you answer it properly, and ibalot mo na yung ice cube na tig 5 piso. Okay, so call the next one, Ira.
Aaron po.
So here's your. Okay, tell us your routine before going to school.
Okay. So my normal routine would be, of course, before going to school, I would prepare for my school. So I would eat and take a bath and get dressed, and that's pretty much it. And that's my routine before going to school.
Okay, so you provided the reason. I mean you answer it. Okay, the answer, which is your usual routine, going to work, going to school, and explain it, including the process. Okay, so such as you are providing us instruction, right? So we're talking about the process. So provide the process, okay, and on what you do. So for example, first when after waking up, okay, I eat breakfast. I usually eat eggs because eggs contains a lot of vitamins and minerals. So it's a very nutritious food, and it helps me to also gain weight and to uh, meet my calorie needs for the day, or something like that. You explain the process. So while telling us your routine step by step, also give us the reason behind that. Okay, so in the escape method, we use the process. Okay, so can you do that, Aaron? While
Yes.
providing step by step, you tell us why you are also doing that. So that
Okay.
merong another layer of context to your answer. Okay, go.
So before I go to school or work, my normal routine would be I would eat first to make sure that my stomach is full and I would have enough energy to perform my task. And I would always drink a cup of coffee, so I would function at my best when I my body is caffeinated. Then I would after eating I would prepare my clothes and take a bath. And before leaving for school or work, I would make sure that I have all the things that I need packed inside my bag. And that is my usual routine before going to school or work.
Okay, so very good. Piece of cake. Okay, now call the next one, Aaron.
Um, si Carl po. Carl Sabales.
Okay, Carl, here's your question. So what will you do or buy or probably do with your first paycheck? Wait lang, kasi refill lang ang tubig. You have 30 seconds to think. Go, Carl.
Sir, audible po.
Yes.
Um, what will you buy with your first paycheck? So honestly, I'm not planning to buy anything on my first paycheck. I would rather save it to buy the things that I really want to buy. Um, Usually people who earn their first paycheck, they buy things out of, ano, out of control, which makes them, um, which doesn't allow them to save more money to buy the things that really has a purpose on their life. I want to ensure that my money will I want to ensure that my that I will
Save it.
hindi yung parang gastusin something.
Spend it
And I
mindlessly.
want to ensure that I will spend my money on the right things and not just on the things that I want because I have money at the moment. So that's the reason why I'm not planning to buy anything on my first paycheck.
Okay, so yes, so you answer it, and probably the one method you choose in our escape is the probably association. Okay, because whenever you see people with money, Okay, they have a tendency to spend anything, unnecessary things. So yun, maybe association yung ginamit mo doon. So you provide details on your answer and you provide a very good context behind that. And probably a process then because you observe what people usually do when they receive their money. Okay, and you provide a very good conclusion to them. Okay, so very good, Carl. Next, call the next one.
Si ano po, si Hana po, Hana Pablo.
No,
I do think that ordering online, why do you think ordering online is safe? Personally, I think ordering online is safe because you get to choose what products you will order. You've also got to choose the store that you will purchase your product. Also, you can talk to the seller personally or through chat so that you could ensure that your product is in safe condition and in a well properly packaged. And also, whenever you order online, you can see where your package is going. You can track where is it located at the moment. And when it is delivered to you, you can ask for a refund if you're not satisfied with your order. So that is why I think ordering online is safe.
okay, so very good. Probably you use the process, right? You explain the process of ordering online and why do you think it's safe. Okay. So very well said. Call the next one, Hannah.
See Johnny Live.
John Line, where's your
Parinig po.
yes.
If you can only eat one kind of dish for the rest of your life, what would it be? Um, what kind of, ano siya yung parang mga ulam-ulam, ganun siya.
Oh, isang dish lang. For example, caldereta, taco, champurrado. Isa lang for the rest of your life.
If there is one kind of dish that I would like to eat for the rest of my life is chicken, sir. Fried chicken, because first, it is very easy to cook. You just have the seasoning, the flour, and then you mix it with the pepper and other seasonings, and then you only need the oil to make it happen. And aside from that, it's easy to cook. It is also easy to eat because there are no sauce. It is very clean to eat. And then you only need ketchup for it to taste good. And that would be the dish that I would like to eat for the rest of my life. Fried chicken.
Okay. So thank you, John Line. Yeah, I explain also the you provide instruction and a little bit of process on the in answering that question. Okay. So call the next one.
Peanuts po.
Okay. Go ahead, Nuds.
Why the Filipino?
Naiyak ka na ba sa sobrang
Hindi
ganda
po,
ng tanong?
hindi po nahirapan. Okay. Why do Filipino make great customer service representatives? I think Filipino make great customer service representatives because of uh, their patience.
Okay.
we Filipino customer service representatives um have a ano, mahaba- long patience, because even though the customer is um have bad attitude, they still ano uh gives provides great service po. That's why Filipino makes great customer service.
Okay. So kahit uh, pressure ano siya, despite of them having a irate, yun ba? Is that the gist of your answer? Despite of their customer having a bad attitude,
Bad
it's still
attitude.
able to have a okay. Or you can elaborate more in in answering that question. So we have a lot of methods in this case. Okay, so probably we can compare and contrast, diba? So that's one of the escape method. Oh, why Filipinos make a great customer service compared to other nationalities in Asia, okay, or in other parts of the world. So you can use compare and contrast. Okay, so compared to other nationalities, Filipinos have is um, the orientation of the culture of Filipinos compared to other culture is more westernized. So you can do that, compare and contrast, or you can share a story. So I remember when I was shopping or grocery, okay, despite of a long day at work, Filipinos attendants in the cashier are still smiling despite of seemingly be very tired of the day. So yeah, you can share a story, you can compare and contrast, or you can use that other techniques so you can elaborate more. Okay. Nads, call the next one.
Si Mix po.
Okay, go next.
Hello, sir. Audible po.
Yes.
Tell us about your first mobile phone. Uh, in our family, if you're still if you're still young, you can have your own mobile phone because you need to be responsible to use it. You can use it in just, for example, in a day you can use it for 2 to 6 hours, 2 to 4 hours, because a lot of kids nowadays are addicted in gadgets. That is why when I was young, my parents are my parents don't give me my own mobile phone. But when I turned 16, when I was in grade 11, my first mobile phone was given by my father. It was a birthday gift. So my first mobile phone is Oppo A5s that has 32 gig only. Until now, I'm using it in our online class. So it's been 3 years since I had this phone, and I am having a hard time when I need to download some files from our school activities or school stuff, or anything that has big MB. But I still manage to I still manage to overcome those struggles in order to study well until now. Ewan ko na lang pinagsasabi ko. Pero yun, sir.
Okay, what's your conclusion to that?
My first mobile phone,
And that
very,
is just the story behind my first mobile phone. So you can do that.
yes.
Okay.
And this mobile phone was precious to me since it has sentimental value to me.
Okay. So there. Also, remember the part of the escape, the explain the jargon. Okay, so if it has the MB, you mentioned MB, right? What's MB? After saying, instead of saying MB, you just probably say the whole thing, so that the person you are talking to, well, though, we all know what is MB. Okay, so it's fine. But if you are talking to a senior citizen and you keep on saying MB, they might probably don't get the jargon behind it. So yeah, that's the story behind your first mobile phone, and you share a story, okay, with what happened to your first mobile phone. And it's good that you provided us a background before answering the question. Okay, so that's another layer of story, another context in answering the question. Okay, next, Mix, call the next one.
Tapos na po ba si Hana?
Oo, tapos na siya.
Si
Magtaas
ano
na
na
ng
po?
kamay, class, yung hindi pa tapos. Mag-comment na kayo ng dibs sa chat box para tuloy-tuloy na tayo.
Si Kailin Torres.
Okay, go ahead. Torres. Ay, hindi pala. Tama ba? Mag-comment na, class, ng dibs yung tapos na. Ay, yung hindi pa tapos para tuloy-tuloy na. Ano ba? Akala nyo ba makakaligtas kayo? Eloisa, tapos ka na, Eloisa, di ba? Tapos ka na ba?
Yung first po, yung story po, yung favorite movie.
Hindi ka pa tapos sa ano natin. Go, Eloisa. You go ahead.
First mobile phone po ba?
Hindi. Sorry. Ito na. Okay? Maalaala mo kaya? Sino? Gusto mo ba international? Pwede naman.
Wait, answer ako. For me, the actor to play my life would be, if my life would be made into a movie is, siguro, I think, local actors na lang.
Pwedeng Korean.
For me, Nadine Luz. Because, because she's so talented and artistic, and I think I can associate myself with her because I like to be artistic as well when I'm expressing myself. And yeah, I choose Nadine as the actress to play me in a movie.
Okay. You associate her looks and talent to you. That's why you choose her. Okay. So that will do. Okay, Liza, call the next one.
Si Andre na lang po.
Yeah. Ay, nag-dibs na pala si Andre. Yeah. Go, Andre. Ang tanong sa'yo is, wala. Gusto ka ng tanong. Ito. Yeah. Okay.
ah, ah, ayan, wait lang hirap hirap sumulan, sir. Ah, Comparing traveling province by a plane or boat, first, traveling by a plane is more convenient because it won't consume many of your time, unlike traveling by a boat, which is probably may take you from hours to days. And second, uh, compare traveling to by a plane or boat. Traveling by a plane would also take you first to terminal, which is has more process, uh, process like availing tickets and scheduling your appointments. And you can also schedule your flight way ahead of your time compared to a boat from my assumption. And lastly, comparing I traveling by a plane for me is more way expensive than traveling by a boat because from from what I heard from many people traveling by a plane, it could cost you much less than thousand pesos. Unlike traveling by boat, I think there are some there are some fare that could only give you or could only require you to pay 100 pesos. That that and that's my personal comparison traveling to the province by plane or boat.
Okay, so very good on providing instruction and also the process behind your answer. And yes, correct. Actually, it's more expensive. Um, it depends kasi yung plane, mas mura siya kapag matagal yung binook, di ba? Makakakuha ka ng mga 1.5, 1.6 from Manila to Butuan, uh, to Mindanao. Pero kapag nagbarko ka, yung to go, well, I think constant yung price nila. Palaging nasa 3K or 2.5. 2.5 pa dati. Ewan ko 3K na ito. Papunta sa Mindanao. So, mas mura yung airplane kapag na-tsempohan mo. Pero matagal ka mag-book. Mga 6 months before your flight. Okay, last, si Tina. Wala ka na ng tanong. So, mamili ka lang dito. Tina. Tapos ka na ba, Tina? Okay, so I think everyone's done. Magsabi na yung hindi pa tapos. Okay,
Sir,
everyone's
si
done.
Nick po.
Ay, hindi ka pa ba tapos, Nick? Okay. Nick?
Ako po, sir.
Oo.
Sige po.
Sige.
6
Baka
po,
sige
sir.
ka, kasi may choice ka. Anong number?
6 po, sir.
Okay. Wait lang.
So, my routine before going to work is I start off by eating, and then so that I energize myself with uh, nutrients that I need for the rest of the day. And then I take a bath, and then I brush my teeth so that my breath doesn't stink when I talk to people. And then um I fix myself right before going to school. School work pala, sir. So that is how my day starts.
Okay. So yeah, that will do. That is a decent conclusion. Decent enough conclusion. Okay, so there, you was able to, just a recap, you're able to learn the simple mind mapping technique. Okay, so you answer the question, you provide the reason, you provide the details behind the reason, and you provide a decent conclusion. And we also learned the escape method, to have another layer of context to the reason we provided using the escape method. Okay, so that will do for today's session. Do you have any question? None? Okay, so uh, let's have a picture before I provide you the next task in our print production. Okay, open your webcam. So deadline for your silk screen and wood block printing is today, right? Okay. So you will submit it today. Okay, todo na yan. Todo na yung mga nagbubukas ng webcam. Nadine, Shara, Casey. One, two, and three. So there, class. The deadline for the print screen. Print screen. Kasi nag-print screen ako. Silk screen is today. So how are you going to submit it? You will submit it today by simply so we'll still stick to the deadline, which is today, the silk screen. Okay. So silk screen, what you will need to do is to do it. Okay? Magsi-silk screen printing kayo today.
Sir, paano po yung dalawang pair sa isang ink po?
Very good question. So you need to meet up with your pair mate to do the silk screen printing. You still have time. Okay, so you just need to have the paint. Okay, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is through documentation. You document the actual silk screen printing that you will be doing. Okay, so mag-video kayo. Okay, so i-video nyo yung process of transferring the paint, okay, using the print screen, silk screen to the cloth, any surface such as your clothes or what have you that you will be transferring it to. Okay, so yun yung gagawin nyo. I-video nyo. So by pair siya, so dalawa na kayo sa isang video. Okay, so para ma-reduce sa half yung video files na isa-submit nyo. Okay, so yes, Ira?
Sir, what if yung kapartner mo nasa kabilang ibayo pa, sir? Ngayon po ba yung sir? Kasi po, si Luis po taga Rizal. Ako po
Okay.
taga Malabon. Tapos po, nagpagawa po kami ng silk screen. Tapos sa recto po, po kami, 5 po kami. Tapos
Okay.
na kay Tomasa po lahat ng silk screen namin. So hindi po namin siya hawak. Kasi expected po namin baka magkaroon ng F2F po. Sama-sama na lang po namin dadalhin, sa online na lang po namin. Sa personal na lang po namin makukuha. Yun po.
The problem is it's very tentative for us to have a face-to-face class. Nakakalungkot talaga class kasi, mas gusto ko talaga face to face to do all of these things. Pero based sa pangangalap ko dun sa office ng facility management office sa FAM, sa COED, then based dun sa speech ni President nung flag raising ceremony kahapon, di ba kung napakinggan niyo yun during the flag ceremony. Sabi ni President, humihingi daw siya ng dispensa kasi wala pa rin gasolina yung mga, and I don't want to, you know, that's their reasoning, pero yun nga, wala tayong magagawa doon. And sabi kasi nila 2 weeks lang, di ba? So in-expect talaga natin face to face na ngayon. Pero pangatlong week na wala pa rin. So ganun yung gagawin niyo. We need to do it by uh, meeting halfway to submit it today kasi ngayon talaga yung deadline. And also, class, if for some reason, you won't be able to submit it, maybe may sakit kayo, di ba? Or something like that. You need to put it in a letter, okay, stating your reason why you won't be able to submit it today with a signature of your guardian, your signature and signature of one of your guardians, and provide the reason why you won't be able to submit or do the silk screen printing for today. The deadline is 6 p.m. 9 p.m. I'll extend it. 9 p.m. today. Okay. 9 p.m. today is the deadline of your silk screen printing. Silk screen lang yung pinapa-deadline ko sa inyo. Yung woodblock printing, I'll spare you for the woodblock printing for the moment. Pero ang i-deadline natin ngayon is the silk screen printing. Okay, so ngayon yung submission yan. Kasi kung hindi natin sasubmit yan, there will be no time for us to submit it. Today is the deadline for that. Okay, so yes, Ira, you have a question?
Wait lang sir, na-shock po ako. Ano po, hindi po talaga pwede tomorrow sir kasi sobrang layo po nila, hindi po namin alam kung kakayanin na makapagkita-kita tapos ma-accomplish po yung documentation by 9 p.m. Yun po.
Wala ba kayong pasok bukas?
Meron naman po pero po bukas baka kaya po namin makapagkita-kita. Tapos papasa po.
Sir, hanggang kailan pa daw po yung walang gas daw po?
Walang alin?
Yung wala pa pong gas sa school po.
I wish I can answer that. I really don't know. I don't know why. I know this is not the ideal way of delivering lesson. Pero, yun. We don't know. Ewan ko sa kanila. Wala eh. So yun. Okay, so ang proposal ni Ira tomorrow, but class, today is really the deadline for him. Okay, and if you cannot submit it today, state it in the letter, okay, explaining why you won't be able to submit it and when will you be able to submit it. If it's tomorrow, okay, you indicate there the reason for the late submission on 8. But if you can do it today, then we're all good. Okay? Oh yes, wala na tayong klase mamaya. So that's your asynchronous class task for today in print production. So yung time nyo ngayon, up until 6 p.m., may class tayo until 6 p.m. You find a way to meet halfway. Okay? So that you can be able to do it. Kasi it's better to just finish it today than to extend it. So, dapat deadline yan is 6 p.m. today, but I'll give you until 9 p.m. to meet and to do it. Okay, just take a video proof that you are able to use the paint and the squeegee and apply it. So probably last footage nun is yung nakasampay na, which is almost ready na. Then if you are able to have it dried up before 9 p.m., you probably can wear the actual clothing itself. Okay? But it's better class if you do it, and don't forget to use the 1/4 illustration board to have your clothes to have something to grip on. Okay? That's also one of the requirements. Okay, so may tanong pa ba kayo, class?
Wala po, sir.
Okay.
Wala po, sir.
So kaya niyo yan. You can do it today. Isipin niyo na lang, may face-to-face. Pwede kayo magkita-kita sa, somewhere. Okay, so if nothing else, then see you there.
Thank you po. Ingat po, sir.
Sige,
Thank you
goodbye.
po,
Good luck
sir.
sa
Have a
inyo,
great day po.
guys. Bye-bye.
Sir, may tanong po ako kung saan po ipapasa yung video po.
Okay, very good question again. The usual, we'll submit it through Google Drive link of your intersection. Okay? Link lang yung bibigay nyo sa GC natin.
Okay po, sir. Salamat
Okay.
po.
And also, your file name of the video should be your surname. Okay? So that I'll be able to know if it's your work. Okay? So that would be all. Good luck, guys.
Thank you po, sir.
Bye.